what he did for his people. How can we ever forget? He took us straight out of Egypt. He about to do it again. Father, get rid of the evil. We need to put down the sex. Look what he did for his people. Look what he did for his people, yeah. Look what he did for his people.
Look what he did for his people. Look what he did for his people. Shalawam, shalawam. Let's give all praises be to the Most High Yahawah. Once again, all praises be to the Most High Yahawah. Call Halal Yahawah by Shama Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalawam to all the ox out there, the Ahchwaths. Man, it's a beautiful time, beautiful day, beautiful everything. I just want to give praises so much to the Most High Yahawah just for allowing us to be here this day, to give honor and glory and praise to him. And not only him, but his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that all he do and all that he continually do, have done. I mean, what a blessing it is that we just here this day to be covered in his blood, to be covered in the mercy, everything, man. The water for all the brothers that's gonna tune in, all the ox, the Ahchwaths. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, the share, all that. Comment. But anyway, you seen the title. Do you got your breastplate on? That's the question for the day. Do you have your breastplate on? Your breastplate of righteousness. Do you have that on, right? And that's what we're gonna be going into as we get started here. Shalawam, Brother Philip, the water for tuning in. Brother Philip, call Halal Yahawah Ba Shama Mashiach Yahweh Shai, but Rakatham to you and the family out there. Once again, the water for tuning in, man. I wish we had more brothers like the Brother Philip out there in the world that was ready to get into this battle, into this fight. Look at all of if you could see my background, look at all of the tents that's around the Most High, right? The tabernacle, right? You see that all those tents, that's the tribe of Israel that's around the Most High, and then you see the fire going up, right? That lets us know as the children of Israel that what? He is around us constantly, and we need to have that righteousness and that breastplate on as he gave it to us, because what? We know righteousness is his word. So we got to live in his word, walk in his word, stay in his spirit, be in the spirit, all those things. And that's why you need to have that on to fight against who? This evilness, this devil that's in this world, But as we get ready to dive into these scriptures, man, I just want to give all praises one more time to our Father, Yahawah, call Halal Yahawah Ba Shama Mashiach Yahweh Shai. The water so much for all that you do, Abinawa Yahawah, for the very breath that we have, for the mercy that you extend to us on an everyday basis. For the book of Lamentations say, your mercy and compassion is new every morning. Therefore, I put my trust in you, Abinawa Yahawah. So as you tune in, brothers and sisters, let's dive into these scriptures. And I'm going to bring out a few. Let me turn a little music off, the water. Let me turn this music off, and we're going to dive into these scriptures right now. I'm going to share my screen. And let's get into it. I'm going to start off in the book of, look like I got the book of Ephesians up. So we'll be putting on this armor, this breastplate, right? So here it is, the armor of the Most High. And this is what we're going into. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahawah and in the power of his might. So the first thing that the brother Paul is telling us is to be strong in his might. Now, if you remember some things in the Old Testament, the Most High was telling Moses to be strong, and Moses was telling Joshua to be strong. Since let me get that, since I referenced that real quick. Be strong and be courageous, right? Another one of my favorite verses, right? Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart off thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. That's one thing we need to do. We need to be meditating in the law day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee? See, have I not commanded thee? Be strong. So the very same thing is being presented all the way back in the Torah, in the Tanakh, in the writings, in the prophets, from Moses to Joshua, is the same thing that Paul is saying, even in the New Testament. Be strong. That's something that was commanded. So that's a commandment that we have to take heed of, that we have to be strong. And that means in every way. Be strong in your patience, right? Be strong in your long suffering. Be strong in loving your brother. Be strong in every way. And I know it's hard because we live in this fleshly body. This is why we're being commanded and told to be strong and of good courage. Right here, look what it says. Let me highlight all that. It says, be not afraid. Don't be afraid. Why don't you have to be afraid? Because the Most High, through his Spirit, is with you. And if he is with you, as it says later on in Paul writings, if the Most High is for us, then who can be against us? So don't be afraid. Because when you're afraid, it shows doubt. It shows a lack of what? Belief, right? That you don't truly believe that you're walking with the Most High, that you don't truly have faith in the Most High. So don't be afraid. Put that fear up out of you. For we was not given the spirit of what? Fear. So be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for YAHAWAH thy Allah is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. So right here in verse 9 is telling us that the Most High, our power, is with us whithersoever we go. So wherever you are on this planet Earth and wherever you go, the Most High is with you, and he's letting you know that. So back to what it was saying, be strong and of good courage, right? I just wanted to bring that out back here in Ephesians, where we was in verse 10 on down, when it says, finally, my brethren, be strong. So that's the first thing Paul opens up with, is about being strong. And that goes from the beginning of the scriptures all the way to the end of the scriptures. Verse 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Now, what is the armor of the Most High? What did he give us to arm ourselves with? His word. He gave us his word, his knowledge, to arm ourselves, right? This is why when we read the scriptures, it says what? Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, to lighten my path. This is how you will be able to arm yourself, protect yourself, guide your way in this world. So many different things that his word illuminates us to be able to do. So put the whole armor of the Most High on, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Then he goes on to say in verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, letting you know that this fight is not only what you see in front of you, right? That's just, man, that's so small of a minute of the fight that you're dealing with. This is why Paul is speaking on this. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This spiritual wickedness is in very high places, right? Verse 13 says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness. The breastplate of righteousness. That's why this lesson is, do you have your breastplate on? Righteousness. And your feet shod with what? The preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith. Paul says, above all of that, do you have faith? The shield of faith. You need faith. You got to have faith. Otherwise, none of this will work. Because this is a spiritual fight. He already told you wrestle not against flesh and blood. So we're in a spiritual war, and you have to have faith. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able. You will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Now, I know a lot of people may not realize this, but most of the ox out there and the Ahchwaths out there do know this. But for those who don't know this, what is Paul quoting? Somebody might think that this is Paul bringing this out, but Paul is only quoting what he has read in the law, in the Tanakh. Let's get it. Let's get what Paul is quoting from, right? Isaiah 59, right? And I'm going to jump down. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, and I'm going to start at verse 15. Isaiah 59 and 15. Yeah, truth felleth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. So we have people out here in the world that are coming into the truth, that are leaving, departing from evil out here in the world. And the Most High is saying right here that those people that do such things, they are prey now, right? Because they turn from the wicked, they turn from the evil. And those very people that you turn from, those evil people that you turn from, or the evil way, you become a prey to them now, because now they're going to prey on you because they know that you're walking in what? Righteousness. And YAHAWAH saw it. So once again, when you did something and you turn to him in righteousness, he is letting you know right here that the Most High saw that. So everything that we do, the Most High sees. It says, and YAHAWAH saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So it made the Most High unhappy that when you turn from your evil and walked in righteousness, that there was nobody there for you, right? Verse 16, and he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness, it sustained him. For he put on what? Righteousness as a breastplate. Who put on righteousness as a breastplate? I asked that question. Who put on righteousness as a breastplate? Well, everybody should know that. Hamashiach Yahawashi did. And a helmet of what? Salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. So it's about what you do, how you live your life. This is how you will be repaid. Even from the Old Testament to the New Testament, is saying the same thing. But this is what Paul is quoting from right here, right? The breastplate of righteousness. This is what he's quoting from. According to their deeds, Accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is from the east, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The Rakah of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, and the Redeemer shall come to where? Zion. So everybody that's being redeemed in the Redeemer that's coming, which is Hamashiach Yahushai, it says that he will go to where? He will come to Zion. And unto them that turn from their transgression, in who? Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. So, and he's the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So it's saying from all those that transgress or that sin in Jacob, this is who the Redeemer is coming from or coming for. Verse 21, as for me, this is my covenant with them, the old covenant and the new covenant. We already know in Hebrews 8:8, it says the covenant is for who? Israel and Judah. These reiterates it right here. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh, my rakah that is upon thee. So if his rakah, if his spirit is upon you, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed. So if you have children, right, and you're teaching your children the way that they should be taught, the laws, the statute, the commandments about their brother, Hamashiach Yahushai, about our Father, Yahweh, and you're teaching them about the covenants, you're teaching them about the commandments, you're teaching them how to be subject to their father, to their brother, to walk in the light and not in the darkness. The covenant that we're under, to keep his feast, his laws. If you're teaching your children all of these things, it says that it shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. Forever. So it will never depart. Why? Because his word is forever. His word is forever. Let me go back here, and I want to click on this word real quick about breastplate, right? Isaiah 59:17. Righteousness. Look at what it says right here. H6666. That's what righteousness is under. Ain't that something? Bet you didn't know that. That's how they put righteousness with all them sixes, right? The Hebrew word.
Strong's H 6666. Tzedakah. Tzedakah.
Tzedakah. Now, justice, righteousness. Righteousness in the government of judge, ruler, king of law. David, king, Messiah, right? Morally, justice, righteous. But the root word, let's go to the root word. This is the root word, which is the H6663.
Strong's H 6663. Sadak. Sadak.
Sadak. To be just, be righteous, to have a just cause, be in the right, to be justified, or to do or bring justice, to declare righteous, justified, right? A primitive root in a moral sense, cleanse, clear, righteousness, right? So we understand what it's talking about righteousness. Now, let's go into the breastplate. Ace 3002. Salakia, Ace 302.
Strong's H 8302. Shirya, Shirya. And second entry, Shirion, Shirion. And third entry, Shiryan, Shiryan. And fourth entry, Sarah, Sarah.
Sarah. It almost sounds like the book of Sirach or Sirach, right? And anybody who knows the Hebrew right here, you know that this is the shin, which it means to consume. This is the Ra, which means the head of the highest, right? And this is the Ha, behold, the window. So consume, the head of the highest, is the window, behold. So you want to consume this. What do you want to consume? The breastplate. The what? The body armor. It is a what? A weapon. So the actual body armor is a weapon against who? It's a weapon against Hasatan, against the evil one, right? So this is why the Most High gave this to us. That it what? It will be a weapon, a breastplate, a coat, right? Against who? The evil. That's what Paul was saying. That you may be able to what? Withstand the wiles of the devil. But let's click on the root word and see where it takes it to, the H8281. Let's get that word.
Strong's H8281. Shara.
Sarah.
Shara.
Sarah. Once again, you have the shin, right? For those who know Hebrew, the shin, the shah, which means to consume, right? The teeth, devour. This is the Ra, right? In the Hebrew, it's Ra, which means the head of the highest, right? And then you have the Ha, which means behold, the window. So you want to consume the head of the highest, whatever he's giving you, consume it, the head of the highest, and then you will look as such out of a window to behold what it is that he has given you. And what did he give you? Life. Because it does what? It does this, to let loose. When you consume the word of the Most High, it's actually letting you loose from what? As Paul speaks about bondage. What are you in bondage to? The sin. You're in bondage to your own flesh, to your sin. So when you get the word of the Most High, you put this breastplate on, this breastplate of righteousness is to let loose. It's to free you, to let loose, to what? Set free. Let me click on something real quick. And then we'll go right back to this. John 8. I'm going to jump right to the meat of it. John 8 and 32, right? What does it say right here? Then said YAHAWAH to those Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my what? Word. If you continue in my word. We know his word is really who? The Father's word. Because the Father gave him all the words to say. Deuteronomy 18 and 18, right? So, yes, they are his words because they're coming out of his mouth. But who put those words in YAHAWAH's mouth? The Father, Yahawah. So he says, if you continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you what? Free. It shall make you free. Why? Because you have put on that breastplate. You have put on that righteousness. You have taken on what? The word. So that's what the word will do, is the word will make you what? Free. But when you don't do that, you will be like these people right here when they said, they answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we're never in bondage to any man. How saith thou, shall ye, Salakia, ye shall be made free? These men that he's speaking with, they don't even realize that they're in bondage at this very time. They're enslaved at this very time of the mind, and they're not free. Why? Because they have not put that breastplate of righteousness on. Yahawashi answered them, truly, truly, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is a slave, servant to sin. So when you commit sin, when you fall into it, I don't want to say fall into it. Let me retract that. When you commit it willfully and you continue to commit it willfully, you are a servant to that, which means that you are a slave, because a servant is a slave. And this is what Yahawashi is trying to explain to them, letting them know that you're not free. Even though that you're Abraham's seed, you are not free spiritually because your mind is not free, because you have not put the breastplate of righteousness on. And it says right here in 35, and the servant abideth not in the house forever, meaning that slave is not going to always be in the house. You can do whatever you want with the slave somewhat. Let's go by the law. What the law permits that you can do to a slave. Okay? But the son abideth forever. So the son will always be in the house. If the son, therefore, shall make you free, how is the son making you free? Through the word that he brought. This is why it says up here in the very first verse, 31, that if you continue in what? My word. The word is what's going to make you free, right? If the son, therefore, shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me, because my word have no place in you. I speak that which I have seen my father. So what words are he speaking? What the father told him to speak. And ye do that which ye have seen your father. Of course, we know their father is who? The devil. They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yahawashi saith unto them, if Abraham's children, Salaki, if ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I have heard of the Most High. This did not Abraham. You do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even the Most High. Yahawashi said unto them, if the Most High were your Father, ye would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from the Most High Yahweh. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why don't you understand my speech? Why are they not understanding what he's saying? That the Most High Yahweh sent him to this earth with these words, but these men that's in front of him that's in bondage because they don't have on the breastplate of righteousness. They're not taking in and consuming the word of the head of the highest, and they're not looking out this window and beholding the truth. It says, even because you cannot hear my word. Why? Because you are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. There's no truth in Hasatan, Satan, the devil, the wicked one, the unrighteous one, the murderer, the liar, the thief. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. So we understand right here that Yahawashi was speaking to them in a spiritual sense, that they didn't have on what? That breastplate of righteousness. So they wasn't able to be set what? Free. Now let's go back where we was when we was here, and we were looking at what? The breastplate, which is to what? Let loose and be free. To set free, which is that word, right? Which is that word. But that was the root word of the breastplate. And in just a regular sense, it means to what? Put on that armor and use it what? As a weapon against who? That evil one that we just spoke about, that liar, that murderer that's going to try to bring you down. And this is where Paul gets this all in the book of Ephesians, from Isaiah to what he wrote in his own, mind of thought through the spirit that he was going through to deliver that message to us. So if you can understand that, you can see what he's speaking about this breastplate of righteousness, all the way down to where we should be teaching and telling our children, as it says in verse 21, that it won't depart out of your mouth, neither thy seed's mouth or thy seed's seed, and from henceforth and forever. This is going to continue on forever, and we got to remember this, hopefully you remember it. All praises be to the Most High Yahawah. Call hello Yahawah Ba Shalom Mashiach Yahushai, right? Let's go to a few more. Let me get over here. This is the book of Ecclesiastic Us, chapter 18, verse 1. He that liveth forever have created all things in general. Yahawah only is righteous. So where do we get our righteousness from? We get our righteousness from the Most High Yahawah through the commandments that he gave us to keep us righteous and keep us holy and pure. And there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and in all things obey his will. So that's how you get righteousness and put on the breastplate of righteousness, is by obeying the Most High will. For he is the King of all, by his power dividing Kodash things or holy things from what? Dividing holy things among them from profane. Salakia. To whom have he given power to declare his works? And who shall find out his noble acts? Who shall number the strength of his majesty? And who shall also tell out his mercies? As for the wonders work of Yahawah, there may be nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found out. Meaning how these people try to search out and they try to send stuff up to space, and they be digging trying to find these bodies, and all this stuff that these people on earth do since the beginning of time, even from the Tower of Babel. They'll never figure it out. They'll never find it out. They'll never know. They can search all they want. They can do all they want. They will never, ever get it, because this is how the Most High has it set up. When a man have done, then he beginneth. And when he leaveth off, then he shall be doubtful. That's just how he got it set up. So nobody will ever get it. Verse 8 says, what is man, and whereto serveth he? What is his good, and what is his evil? The number of a man's days is at the most 100 years. So you hear for a moment, like he said, like the grass, you hear for a moment, then you wither away. You hear like a flower, or like a fog, or like a mist, and then you gone, and everybody trying to figure out the things that the Most High done and created, because they want to be like him, and they really just want his power, and so they can live eternally and reign the way they want to reign. But the devil will never have that. The evil one will never have that, because it's for the Most High Yahawah. And for people that want that, you should want to put on righteousness as that breastplate. Let me get another one real quick. Once again, I always like to go to the classic. This is my go-to. But I know it's always been a go-to, because like Solomon said, it's nothing new under the sun. So he probably was going to this too. This is the book of the commandments, the book of the law, right? And the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. So if you keep the commandments, the book of the law, you will come to life. If you put on that breastplate of righteousness, you will have life. You will be what? Set free. As Hamashiach Yahawah said, you won't be a servant or a slave to what? Sin. But such as leave it, when you leave it, you don't put on that breastplate of righteousness, right? You be like your father, the devil, when the true word is spoke, you don't receive it. You don't understand it. You want to leave it and say the commandments is done away with. Well, the Bible says those that do it, but such as leave it shall die. Then it tells in verse 2, turn thee, O Jacob. Who? Just Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. When you take hold of it, as I always say, you're grabbing something, you're taking hold of it, pull it into you, put it on. What are you putting on? The breastplate of what? Righteousness, right? Turn from the evil way, turn from your flesh, turn from the wickedness. I know it's hard for me. I struggle every day. This is why he said you must endure to the end. You want to be mad? Don't be mad. You want to be angry? Don't be angry. You want to talk back? Don't talk back. Whatever it is that the flesh say you want to feel that you should do, give it to the Most High and don't do it. Just keep your mouth closed. Just walk away. It's better to keep your mouth closed and walk away, because the Bible say a man that can control his tongue, he can control his whole body. So just don't say nothing. Just walk away, keep your mouth closed. And don't think about it in your mind. Just give it to the Most High, pray on it, and leave it at that. And just let it go. Don't even let it fester, or what is the word? Somebody out there know what I'm talking about. The word that I'm looking for. But don't even let it go up in your mind and be thinking over it for a long period of time, because that's just Satan too. Just pray on it, walk away, leave it alone, keep your mouth closed. And most of the time, half of the stuff that you was angry about or wanted to say, it wasn't even worth it in the long run anyway. So turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. What are we taking hold of? The book of the law, the commandments. And then it says, walk in the presence. Walk in the presence. What are we walking in? The presence of the Most High. We're walking in the presence of the Most High. That's what we're walking in. The light. See, when you put on that breastplate, now you're walking in what? That light. That thou mayest be what? Illuminated. We can be illuminated in the light. Now we can become light. And it says, give not thy honor, nor things that are profitable unto a strange nation. See, that breastplate of righteousness is not for everyone. It's for who? In verse 2, it tells us. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. It does not say, turn ye the whole world and take of it. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it, and walk in the presence of the light thereof. But then it lets us know, don't give this honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto you, unto thee, to a strange nation, Israel. Verse 4, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to the Most High Yahawah are made known to us. So all those commandments that were given to the children of Israel, which are pleasing to the Most High, right? It was made known to us, the children of Israel. It was made known to us, the children of Israel. And that's what it's saying right here. And it's very important to know that those things were made known to who? Us, the children of Israel. Why? Because it's righteousness. It's the breastplate of righteousness. And those things were made known to us, the children of Israel, and we're not supposed to give them to a strange nation. So somebody might say, well, what is a strange nation? Well, a strange nation will be any other nation that are not Israelites. For example, we were in slavery in Egypt for over 400 and something years. So we would not give what's pleasing to us to Egyptians. That's why Moses kept telling the Pharaoh to let what? The Most High son or the Most High children go so they can go serve him. And when he did, after he did, we were commanded by the Most High not to keep the ways of the Egyptians, but the ways of who? The Most High. Let me get that real quick. Since I'm right here, I'm going to just do it here. Let's go to Leviticus. And I want to go to Leviticus 18. Leviticus chapter 18. And it says right here, and Yahawah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahawah, your power. After the doings, listen to this, here we go right here. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein you dwelt, ye shall not do. So all the things that the children of Israel were doing when they were in the land of Egypt, or Mizraim, was wrong. They were wrong. And they shouldn't have been doing those things. But in captivity, people do things. This is why when they were coming out of the land of Egypt, they had to be purged, right? They had to be proven. They had to go through all of these things. And he instituted this covenant and these laws to bring them back to what? Understanding and righteousness. So you don't do the things of the land of Egypt where you dwelt. And watch this. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, because they were on their way to land of Canaan, that's where they were on their way to. And he's saying, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, where I will bring you, ye shall not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinances. So where they were, you couldn't do those things. And where I'm taking you, don't partake in the things that those people are doing there now. Verse 4 says what? Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am Yahawah, your power. So this is our righteousness as the children of Israel, to put on the breastplate of righteousness that Yahawah has given us, which is what? His judgments. And to do what? Keep his ordinances to walk therein. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am Yahawah. So if a man does this, he shall live in them, meaning you will put on this breastplate. You will put on this righteousness. It's a spiritual thing. It's not like, oh, you're going to go buy a silver breastplate and walk around with a silver breastplate on. No, you're putting on this spiritual thing. As Paul said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but what? Principalities. So you're putting on this spiritual breastplate of righteousness that the Most High is giving you through what? His judgments, his ordinances, his statutes, his very law. I hope you can see this, and I hope you can understand this, right? It's very important that you see this and you understand this, right? Let me stop sharing my screen for a minute. Oh, I don't even think I shared the Leviticus one, did I? Somebody let me know in the chat. Was that sharing right? Did you guys see the Baruch and whatnot? Well, anyway, you guys let me know in the chat if you didn't see it. I'll bring it back. But as long as you understood what I was saying and then I said it, so you can, if it wasn't shown, you can actually go back yourself and reread it. But let me go and see. No, I didn't. Okay. Salakia. Let me pull something back up so I can see. But you was able to hear me, Brother Philip, on everything that I pulled up, right? Okay, here was the Leviticus 18 when I was speaking about that. The Baruch I had said before this, but here was the Leviticus 18 that I spoke. Leviticus 18. I think I went to verse 5 when it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, I am Yahawah your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein you dwelt, ye shall not do. Right? So this is what I was speaking about, how we have to put on the righteousness in the breastplate of the Most High. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am Yahawah your power. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. You will live in them, right? How will we live in them? How will we live in them? By obeying them. That's how we will live in them. That's what the whole thing Paul was speaking about in all his letters. Peter, Paul, James, everybody, right? To walk in the presence of what? The Spirit of the Most High that he has sent for us. So when people say that they can't keep the law, they can't keep this, they can't keep that, they basically, you saying that the Most High didn't give you the power that he said he's giving you, the dominion that he said he's giving you. You know, basically, so what you're saying that the Most High is a liar, right? That's what people are truly saying when they make these kind of comments, right? That's what they're saying. Let me go back here. I don't know what he say right here. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Maybe it's a scoffer. Who knows? But let's get back into these scriptures, man. You know, let's pull up a few more scriptures before I get ready to get out of here. Always remember this, you know. Let me pull this up. We back up in the blue letter. Let me make sure it's sharing. Con is sharing. Okay. Let me pull this one up real quick. To the classics. Matthew chapter 10. Right? Matthew 10. A hard road before them. It's a hard road. This is a very hard road. This is not for the faint-hearted, right? This ain't for the weak. But it says in Matthew 10 and 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep. So we are sheep in this world, in the midst of what? Wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as a dove. Right? It's wolves out here in this world, but we are sheep. But yet we use our wisdom that the Most High has given us, right? And when we use our wisdom, we don't have to fight like men fight physically. We fight what? Spiritually, because we know we're in a spiritual fight. That way we put on our breastplate of what? Righteousness, and we walk in a different type of manner. But beware of man, for they will deliver you up to what? Counsel. Why will they deliver us up? Because the way we walk in righteousness is not the way they walk. So it's contrary to them. They don't understand us. And then it says, and they will scourge you in their what? Synagogues or their churches, basically, right? They will put you out. They will kick you out out of their churches, out of their camps, out of their congregations, or whatever they have. If you don't agree with what their doctrine is, oh, you're out of there. And ye shall be brought before what? Governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, don't worry about it. Hamashiach Yahushua already told us that we was going to be delivered up. So he says, but when the time comes, when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. How? How will it be given to you? Well, will you know what to speak? For it is not ye that speak, right? It's not you that's going to speak, but the Rakah of your Father, which speaketh in you. Which speaketh in you. It is the Spirit of the Most High which is going to speak in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Are you willing and ready to endure this to the end? That your brother will deliver you up to death? that your own children are going to turn against you and deliver you up to death. It says, and the children shall rise up against their parents. Your own children will rise up against you and cause you to be put to death because they hate you so much because you're standing up for the righteousness of the Most High. This is what it says. And ye shall be hated of all men. Everybody will hate you when you stand up for righteousness and put on the breastplate of righteousness. Everybody will hate you unless they on the same side that you're on, walking in righteousness. The moment you started to speak righteousness and stop lying to people and tell the truth to people, they're going to hate you. They're going to hate you. That's what the Bible says. You can get mad at me all you want, comment all you want, call me all kind of names all you want. This is what Hamashiach YAHAWAH says. But he that endureth to the end, you have to endure this to the end, meaning like, oh, you come into the truth and you dealt with this hatred for 2 or 3 years or for 4 or 5 years or 10 years. And you think you did enough and now you're saved. No. Hamashiach YAHAWAH said you have to endure to the end, and then you shall be saved. But when they are persecuting you in the city, flee ye unto another. So once it get too hot in that city, once the heat get on you in that city, they get on you. They like, oh man, them boys is down there. They preaching, and it get too hot. It said flee to another city. Just keep it moving. Just keep it going. Keep it moving. That's why we can't be tied down really in this truth, because we got to stay on the move, right? We got to stay on the move in this truth. So it's good not to be tied down. It's good to be able to move and get around the way you need to get around and not be tied down. That's why Paul preached so hard about it's good for you not to touch a woman, be a eunuch, not to have a family, not to have a job, not to have this stuff. Just keep pushing the word. That's all you're supposed to be doing. But when they persecute you in the city, flee to another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man become, right? The meaning of discipleship. I don't even want to go into that. That's a whole nother thing. Let me pull another one up. Whoo, I'm telling you, boy. Timothy chapter 4. Let's go. Preach the word. That's what we're here to do. We're here to preach the word. We're here to preach the word. That's what we're here to do. Preach this word. He says, I charge thee therefore before the Most High and Hamashiach YAHAWAH, right? The master. Salaki, I should have said that. Let me read that again. I charge thee therefore before the Most High and the master YAHAWAH Hamashiach, who will judge the living, because that's the quick, and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word in season and out of season. So it's not like we preach the word sometime, not only when we feel good, not only when it's summertime, not only when it's spring, when it's 70 degrees. Man, we preach the word in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort. We're warning them, we're urging them, we're calling them with all long suffering and what? Doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. That time is came. What you brothers and sisters think? I think it's come. Because you tell people the truth now, man, they spit at you, mock you, all kind of stuff. It said a time will come where they will not endure the sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap up themselves teachers having itchy ears. Yeah, they have a lot of teachers right now. A lot of teachers out here, especially in the truth. I keep it 100. Especially in the truth, right? In the congregation of the truth. Know that they Israelites. Somebody wrote me the other day in one of the comments, not to speak ill of the brother or nothing like that, but left me a comment talking about I need to do some more research, and then left Jesus in there. Oh, I love your zeal, brother, but you need to do some more research and believe in Jesus. Huh? No, brother, you need to do some more research. I believe in Hamashiach YAHAWAH, the anointed one, the savior, the one who was born from Mary and her father and his father Joseph, right? From the 12 tribes of Israel, from the tribe of Judah. Okay? So I don't know who you're talking about. Jesus, right? There was no letter J created until the 1500s. Get you a 1611 Bible and see if the name Jesus is in there. Okay? That's an English version, an English name, right? If listen, let me ask you this. If Joshua in the Old Testament and Jesus have the same name, why is his name Joshua in the Old Testament and in the New Testament you have this name Jesus when they're both the same name? That makes no sense. So you do the research, brother, But I'm not knocking that brother. He believe in Jesus in the name of Jesus. Hey, all praises. That's where he at his mind and his thing. But brother, it is what it is. Like I say, Paul said he themselves teachers having itchy ears. Let me keep on verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth. That's all that brother's doing, telling me to do the research. He needs to do the research. He's just turning away his ears from the truth. The truth is his name is a Mashiach Yahawashi. If you don't want to go with Yahawashi, you got Yehoshua, Yahushua, Yahshua, but it definitely ain't Jesus. That's what I do know. Okay, you can go Aramaic. You can put the vowels in there, whatever you want to do. You want to use the vowel system and the cool system and all that, then yeah, you can get Yehoshua or Yahushua, but his name is definitely not Jesus, okay? But us that speaks the Lashawan Kwadash, we say, Hamashiach Yahawashi, call Halal Yahawah Shama Mashiach Yahawashi, and that's how we pronounce it, brother, okay? So do your research on the Lashawan Kwadash, right? Anyway, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth. Yes, they will. They don't want the truth. They don't want to put that breastplate of righteousness on. They don't want to be set free with the truth. As we read earlier in John 8, it's the truth that shall set you free, right? And shall be turned unto what? Fables. That's a fable. That Jesus Christ that you looking at, that picture that's in the world today, that's pulled up, that's a fable. That white man with the blue eyes and the sandy hair, and he got that peace sign up, and he loves everybody, and that's a fable, huh? That's a lie. That's what he's saying right here. If you want that, then by all means, brother, believe in that. You know what I'm saying? How can I stop what the Most High got planned for you? Huh? How can I stop that? Ain't that what Thessalonians say? I will let them believe a lie because they didn't want the truth. They wanted the what? The unrighteousness. They wanted the lie. So who am I to stand in the way of what the Most High want? Verse 5, but watch thou in all things and endure what? Inflictions. See, this is what real believers have to endure. We have to endure inflictions. Do the working of evangelists, right? I'm doing that right now. I go out and do it. Anytime you see me, I'm doing it. I'm evangelizing right now. Anybody can click on here right now. It might be thousands of people that click on this. I ain't saying it's thousands of people on here right now, but it could be possibly one day thousands of people. And I'm evangelizing to them about what? This truth, about this breastplate, this righteousness that they need to put on. Make full proof of thy ministry. Yeah, we making full proof of it. How do you make full proof of it? How do we make full proof of the ministry? Well, we do what? I got to come back to this. How do we make full proof of the ministry? Let's go where he said it. I'm going to show you. Where we at? Verse 5. I'm going to come back to this. Let me see. Oh. Right? This is how we going to make full proof of the ministry. Right? We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that you receive not the grace of the Most High in vain. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Don't receive the grace that you have received through the knowledge that has been given to you in vain. Right? Don't turn your back on them. Huh? Matter of fact, let me get this in NLT, New Living Translation, because I don't want nobody to be able to run from this. I want you to see this plainly. Here it is. As Ahchyam, partners. So we are partners with the Father and with the Son. We are partners. We beg you not to accept this marvelous gift. What gift? His salvation that he gives to you, right? From saving you from your sins, from your wickedness, from your evilness, your unrighteousness that you did in your body and in your flesh, right? This gift of Elohim's kindness, and then ignore it. Oh, you were counted worthy to receive the knowledge, and then you just ignored it. Verse 2. For the Most High says, at just the right time, I heard you. At just the right time, you fell on your knees and you prayed, Abba, Father, please forgive me of my sins. And he said he heard you. On the day of salvation, I helped you. Indeed, the right time is now. Don't wait. The right time is now. When is the time? It said right now is the time. Today is the day of salvation. Put on that breastplate of righteousness right now, today. It is the day. Verse 3 says, we live in such a way that no one will be able, Salakia, we live in such a way that no one will stumble because of us. And no one will find fault in our ministry, as Paul says. Nobody will find fault in our ministry. The same ministry Paul got is the same ministry that I got. Why? Because we follow the doctrine, the same doctrine that Paul followed, Hamashiach followed, is the same doctrine that I follow. When you get another doctrine, that's when you go off. And it's a lot of people out there right now in camps, in congregations, in churches. Just because you in the truth and you know you an Israelite, you still don't have the same ministry that Paul and them had, or Peter had, or Bartholomew had, or Matthew had, or Matthias had, or even Hamashiach Yahawah had. Y'all got a different ministry. You got a different doctrine. Listen to what he says. We live in such a way that no one will stumble because of us. Man, there's brothers and sisters right now that's living in such a way, they got brothers and sisters stumbling every which way you go. Sometimes you can't even be in the camp because there's so much adultery and fornication and lies and backbiting and murmuring in the camp. You can't even be in there. But Paul said in his ministry that they live in such a way that none will stumble. No one will. And you won't find fault with his ministry or our ministry, because it's not his, it's a Mashiach Yahawah. Verse 4, in everything we do, we show that we are true ministers of who? The Most High Yahawah. In everything they do. Not some things, not just on the Sabbath day, not on just prep day, you put on your fringes on prep day. You go out and say and scream Kwam Yasharallah and Shalawam and all this stuff on the Sabbath day. What about all the other days? Are you falling on your knees? Are you praying to the Most High? Are you fighting your flesh? What about all those days? He says, in everything we do, we show that we are true ministers of the Most High. We patiently endure troubles and hardships and calamities of every kind. We need patience. We need more patience, brothers. We need patience and more patience. This is what he's saying. Our brother Paul. Verse 5, we have been beaten. Paul said we've been beaten. When the last time let me ask brothers and sisters, whoever gonna watch this at this time, watch it later, whenever you may watch it, whoever may come across it, when have the last time you been beaten because you believe in Hamashiach Yahawashi and the Father, our Abba, Yahweh, the one of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Shema Yashra'Allah, Yahweh, Yakad, Aha. When is the last time you've been beaten? Huh? Paul said we've been beaten. When is the last time somebody beat you for Hamashiach Yahawashi? Been put in prison. Face angry mobs. Work to exhaustion. Endured sleepless nights. And gone without food. Man, I can pull up several Christian pastors right now that live in $10 to $20 million homes. Huh? Flying around in private jets. Got Ferraris and Bentleys. Huh? Clothes that are handmade. Paul says that they went sleepless nights. Paul says they went without food. Paul says that they were beaten. Paul says they have been put in prison. Paul says they face angry mobs. Paul says they work to exhaustion. Tell me what pastors, what camp leaders, are working to exhaustion, that are being beaten, that are being put in prison, that are facing angry mobs. Where are the leaders that are going through this? If you a leader of the ministry, where are they at? Because this is what a leader of a ministry, the doctrine of Hamashiach Yahawashi, should be going through. As Paul went through, as Peter went through, as Philip went through, as Bartholomew went through, as Barnabas went through. Where are these men at? Where are these men? Verse 6, we prove ourselves by our what? Purity. By our purity. Our understanding, our patience. That's a big one. Our kindness. That's a super big one. Kindness. Our kindness, A lot of Israelites need to really read this. Kindness. We need to be more kind to one another. We need to show more love to one another. We need to be more patient with one another. We need to be more understanding with one another. And in doing so, we can look at ourselves and judge ourselves by our what? Our purity. And it says, by the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kodash within us, and by our what? Sincere love. We faithfully preach the truth. Because remember, the truth shall set you what? Free. The truth shall set you free. Man. We faithfully preach the truth. Why? Because the truth is righteousness. And if you preach righteousness, which is truth, it shall set not only you, but the people who hear it free. Elohim's power is working in us. We use the weapons of what? Righteousness. That breastplate that they have on, they use that as a weapon. The weapon of what? The breastplate. I went into it earlier when I showed you. If you don't know, go back in the video, please. When I clicked on breastplate, it says a weapon. And it is used as a weapon of what? Righteousness. That's why it's called the breastplate of righteousness. It's a weapon. We use the weapons of righteousness in the right hand for attack and the left hand for what? Defense. Defense. We serve the Most High whether people honor us or despise us. We're going to serve the Most High. Are you ready? Are you willing? Whether what? People honor you, all praises to the Most High. Shalawam, or they despise you. Man, that he off. Man, that he not this. That he not that. We ain't dealing with He can't be part of us. He can't be part of our congregation. Man, him, or they despise you. It don't matter, Paul said, whether they despise us or they honor me. I don't care. He said we serve the Most High no matter what. Whether they slander us or praise us, we are honest. No matter what. Either one, you're going to slander us or you're going to praise us. But either way, Paul says what? We are honest. Why? Because they got on the breastplate of righteousness. But they call us who? Imposters. They call us imposters. That's why I don't worry about it. People say, oh, well, you can have, 1,000 people in your chat. You can, yeah, I could. All I got to do is say, yeah, Jesus Christ love everybody. And Jesus, 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 Gino Jenny, Jesus, Creflo O'Dollar, Jesus. But I'm not going to do that because we're going to preach truth over here. And whether they slander us, whether they praise us, whether they honor us, whether they despise us, we going to be honest over here and preach truth. And you can call us whatever you want to call us because the Bible already said, but they call us imposters, right? We are ignored. See, I'm so glad that the brother Paul already left this for us for our future learning. Huh? For our future learning. I'm so glad he left this. We are ignored. That's why I say, yeah, you can have 10,000 followers. It's easy. All you got to go out there and do is say Jesus loves everybody. But is that the truth? You don't have to keep the commandments. You can do what thou will, as long as you got faith. Long as you got faith, you'll be okay. You'll be saved. Just have faith. But is that the truth? See, when you preach the truth, the Bible says right here in 2 Corinthians 6:9, we are ignored. Even though we are well known, we live close to death, but we are still alive. We have been beaten, but we have not been killed. Why have they been beaten? Because they've been preaching the truth. And people don't want you to preach that truth. Paul says, our hearts ache, but we always have joy. We are poor, but they got new Ferraris in the driveway, Bentleys, private jets, private planes, 10, $15 million houses. The pastor, right? The bishop, the general, the priest. I mean, all the way down, no matter which avenue you go, Christianity, truth, whatever, however you want to go, Egyptology, it don't matter. People taking advantage of people. But Paul said, we are poor financially, fleshly. But watch what he say. But we give spiritual riches to others. All praises to the Most High for that. I'm poor. I'm broke as a joke, as they say in the hood. Broke as a joke. Huh? But what am I doing right now? I'm giving spiritual riches to others. Salakia. Riches to others. We own nothing, and yet we have everything. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I don't own nothing. I don't own anything on this planet Earth. Nothing. But yet, I got everything. I got everything I need. All praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH. I'm alive. I got breath, and I got the spirit of the Most High. And that's the most valuable thing that you can ever have. Like Paul said, we giving spiritual riches over here. I don't own nothing physically, but I got everything. And he goes on to talk about you Corinthians, right? But hopefully you guys see what I was talking about, how we got into this about the ministry, right? About the ministry. And that's where we were in Timothy. I think I had left off at verse 4. Let me make sure. Yeah, verse 5, when I said to make full proof of thy ministry. That's how you make full proof of your ministry. That's how you know what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're walking in, right? You got to put on that breastplate of righteousness. You got to walk through the spirit as the Most High said, walk and tell the truth regardless of what it is. And no matter who turn on you, no matter who slander you, no matter who talk about you, no matter who backbite against you, murmur against you, post you, show your stuff, no matter what it is they do, you stay on that solid foundation. You stay on that rock. Build your foundation on the rock. Who is the rock? The Most High Yahawah. Somebody might say, well, no. Hold on now. I got you. It's saying Corinthians that Christ is the rock. Well, let me show you before Christ was the rock. Let me show you who is the rock. I come right back to this. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. Let's see. Let me see how good I am. And my mind's still working. Yeah, it's still working. All praises. All praises. Shalawam, Brother June. Shalawam, Brother June. Let me see what the brothers say. Shalawam, King. All praises to the Most High Yahawah. Through his son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises, Brother June. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Now let's get back to who this rock is, right? You want to build your house on a solid foundation, on that rock. And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiced in Yahweh. My horn is exalted in Yahweh. My mouth is enlarged over my enemies because I rejoice in thy salvation. Whose salvation? Whose salvation is it? It's Yahweh's salvation. And then in verse 2 it says, there is none Quadash as Yahweh, for there is none besides thee. There is, no, Salakia, neither is there any rock like our power. Is that rock? Who is the rock? Yahweh. Yep, Yahweh is the rock. So that's who you want to build your foundation on. Talk no more exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy come out of thy mouth. For Yahweh is a power of what? Knowledge. And by him, actions are weighed in what? The balance. You got to be careful. That's why I say keep your mouth closed. You ain't got nothing. Keep your mouth closed. Walk away. Pray about it. Give it to the Most High Yahweh and leave it alone. But just to show you right here, many other places we can go to in the scriptures that show that the Most High Yahweh is the rock. Okay. Many other scriptures we can go to it. Let me just click on this, show a few more real quick. Just so I can show you how to do this. If you want to do this, the name, then you could go down. Let me see. Look, for their rock is not as our rock, even as our enemies themselves being judges, right? Psalms 18 and 2. I could have just went to this one. Yahweh is my rock. Well, come on now. So who is the rock? Yahweh, and my fortress, and my deliverer, and my power, my strength in whom I will trust, my buckler, and the horn of who? My salvation. So who is our salvation? Yahweh, right? But we give praises to our Abba Yahweh for sending his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, to the earth to what? Save us. Because we know the Most High ain't going to get off his throne himself, but he is our rock. He is our buckler. He is our strength. He is our fortress. And this is why we praise the Most High Yahweh, Abba Yahweh, call Allah Yahweh, right? But I just wanted to show you that. Now let's go back where we was in Timothy. I believe we was in verse 5. So we make full proof of thy ministry, right? And that's what we doing here. We making sure you got on the breastplate of righteousness and you walking in the truth, because the truth in John 8:32 said is what? It's going to set you free. And if you put on that breastplate of righteousness, then it will set you free, because when you walking in righteousness, you're going to be telling the truth, right? And if you walking in the truth, you shall be set free. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. Paul says, I have fought a good fight. He have fought a good fight. Can you say that? Brothers and sisters, can you say that? Can you say you fought a good fight? Did you put up a good fight? You know, in the hood or wherever you at, people have a fight. And if you lose and you walking back with some of your friends, they say, man, you put up a good fight, though. You know, you put up a good fight. Make you feel better because they know you really lost. Did you put up a good fight? That's what you got to ask yourself. Did you really fight the good fight? Because fighting a good fight in this is fighting against your what? Own flesh. So who you fighting against? Your own self. Because your flesh want to take you down. Your flesh want to devour you. That's why you must have self-discipline over what? Yourself is your flesh. For Paul says, I have self what? Discipline. That's what temperance is, right? You have to have self-discipline over your own self, not to be victim to what? Sin, because sin will lead you to death, into a life of what? Eternal damnation. So fighting a good fight is what? Fighting a good fight against yourself. And then once you fight that fight and you get that, now, as Paul says, now you fighting all them other things, them spiritual battles of what? Principalities, in high places. Because now they know who you is. You don't stepped out of that fleshly zone now. Now you in the spiritual zone. And he says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. He has kept the faith. Man, that's a strong thing right there. Keep the faith all the way down. Henceforth, there's laid up for me a crown of righteousness. A crown of righteousness. Woo. Which Yahawah, the righteous judge, shall give me at the day. And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. All praises be to the Most High for Yahawah for that, man. That was, let me get this last one before I close out, man. Let me get this last one real quick before I get ready to close out. This one is, man. Let me go. I'm still in Corinthians, though. You know, still dealing with the brother Paul. We're going to jump down a little bit. This is 2 Corinthians. Let me see. 11. I'm probably have to read all of this. It's so fire, man. I'm going to just start right here and read on down. 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Right? 11:22. It says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? Is them brothers over there? Israelites, Is them brothers over there? Do I see them ox over there? Are they Hebrews? Look like they got on fringes, I thought I heard one of them brothers say, call her lawyer Yahawah. I thought I heard him say that. Go check that out and see if they Hebrews. Why? What you want me to go check? Because if they Israelites, so am I. I want to know. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Hamashiach, Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more in the labors, more abundant, in stripes above measures, in prisons more frequent, in deaths more often. Of the Jews, 5 times I received 40 stripes. 3 times or thence was I beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. 3 times I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. In journeys often. In pearls of water. Robbers. My own countrymen. Heathen. In the cities. Wilderness. In the sea. Among false brethren. In weariness. Painfulness. In watchings often. In hunger and in thirst and in fastings, in cold, in nakedness. This is what Paul said he going through, man. You know, hey, I wish I was alive in that time, man. I wish I could help the brother Paul. All of the stuff he was going through. It wasn't just him, though. It wasn't just him. Goodness gracious, all this stuff my brother Paul and them was going through. I wish I could just reach out and help them, man. I feel so bad that they went through all this stuff. Man, but that is what we got to go through. It says, besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the what? Churches, all of the body, all of the congregations. We would say all of the camps today. The care of all the camps. Imagine being over all the camps today, and you have to care for each camp. All these different camps out here that you over the head because you started all these. Imagine having that on your conscience, all of these different, how they got leaders now, but them leaders is answering all to Paul. Think about that. Who is weak? Who is weak? Am I not weak? Who is offended? And I burn not. If I must needs glory, I will glory of the things which concern my infirmities, my weaknesses. Not infirmities, Salakia. The Allah and Father of our Master, YAHAWAH HaMashiach, right? For those who don't know, God just means Allah, and the Hebrew means power. So the power of the power and Father of our Master, YAHAWAH HaMashiach, which is blessed forevermore. Knoweth that I lie not. So Paul is not lying, as he's saying right here. I don't believe he's lying. I don't believe he's lying. Me personally, I don't believe that he's lying. Right? All of these things that these brothers went through to receive what? This crown. This crown. Even David said this right here when he wrote this. This is Psalms 94:16. For who will rise up for me against the evildoers? One of my favorite quotes again. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, which is lawlessness? Who's going to do it? We here on the earth, we have to do it, brothers and sisters. For didn't he say earlier when I read this, do not take this gift in vain? This is the gift of the Most High. And he's asking you, who is going to stand up? Who will rise up against the evildoer? Who is going to put on the breastplate of righteousness and walk in righteousness and tell the truth about the word of the Most High? Are you going to do it? Are you willing to set people free? You have to ask yourself that. You have to really ask yourself that. You know? Because his crown's laid up for us. His crown laid up for us. Let me get this last one real quick, brothers and sisters. Let me see. His crown's laid up for us, man. You know, if you're willing to go after it, if you're willing to get it, but you got to put the work in. Like he said, you got to endure to the end. You got to really endure. You got to really push this line for our APBTTHMH. You know, lay down your life for the Most High, for his only begotten Son. And I know it's not easy, brothers and sisters. I know it's not easy. And I can't tell you it's no easy way to do it. There's no way easy around it. You got to put the work in, you know. As all the brothers, have you seen, we spoke a lot about Paul today. But let me get this one. Even Ezra said the same thing. Let me get to this one real quick. Let me share my screen about Ezra. Let me get this real quick in Ezra, and then I close out. Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let me see. It ain't letting me go down, huh? Well, let me see. Let me see if I can go all the way back. Okay, we in Baruch right there. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, right? And then I want verse 40. Wait a minute. Did it jump back to Baruch? Okay, here we go. 40. I think I'm going to start at 42. 41 or 42. Yeah, 42. Here it is. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, And they all praised Yahweh with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he said, crowns. That's what Paul is talking about. Them crowns that's ready to be set down on our heads. All praises be to our Abba Yahweh, that we make it and we endure, that we may receive that crown. And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly, he said. So I asked the Malak and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that put off the mortal clothing. What did they put off? That mortal clothing. They took off that flesh. They took off that unrighteousness. And what did they put on? It says, and put on what? Immortal, right? What did they put on? That breastplate of righteousness. They took off the unrighteousness, the filth, the dirt, the stuff of this world, that mortal clothing, and then they put on that breastplate of righteousness. And what did they do after they put that breastplate of righteousness on? He says they did what? And have confessed the name of the Most High, Yahawah. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Why? Because they confessed the name of the Most High Yahawah. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hand? Look at Ezra. He like, who was that dude giving crowns and putting palms in their hand? He's speaking to an angel. Ezra is speaking to an angel. He asking, who is this young man doing all this? So he answered and said, unto me, it is the Son of the Most High. It is the Son, as it says right there, of God, of the Most High Yahawah, whom they have confessed in the world. As Paul says, don't take this gift in vain. Evangelize, bring forth the word in season, out of season. Put that breastplate of righteousness on and walk in truth. Don't take it in vain. Why? Because Ezra said right here, as you can see, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahawah. The Malak, Salakia. Then the Malak said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahawah thy Allah thou hast seen. All praises to our Abba Yahawah. I mean, what a beautiful thing right there. How he said, go thy way and tell them what you have seen, Ezra. Go your way and tell them now. Who is this? It's the Son of the Most High. It's the Son of the Most High. And they confessed him in this world. What world? This world that we live in on this planet Earth, this wicked, evil world. And this is why I tell us so many times not to go after, let me get this real quick before I close out, not to go after your lust. Don't give your lust, don't give your body what it wants. We got to fight against this. Let me get with 18. I think that's where I started at. I think that's something I'm going to close out where I started at. 18. No, I'm going to go straight to it. We're going to go to Ecclesiastic Us, for those who know, or the Book of Sirach, whichever one you name it. This is in the 1611 King James Bible. If you do not have you a 1611 King James Bible, you need to get you one. ASAP. This is chapter 18, and I'm going to go to verse 30. And it says, listen, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. What appetite your body have? It's because of your flesh of what? The lust of your flesh. And it's letting us be known right here that you got to refrain yourself. You got to have discipline. Because if you don't, it says, if thou giveth thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock. She will make you a laughing stock. So we got to be careful. We got to be careful not to give our flesh what it wants. Right? This is why it's so important to put on what? That breastplate of righteousness and walk in righteousness, and the truth shall set you free. Man, we give all praises, honor, glory to our Abba Yahawah, man. For real, all praises. Listen, hey, I hope it was edifying for y'all brothers and sisters, man, out there. everybody that tuned in, all the Ahchs and Ahchwaths that tuned in. I hope it was edifying. Like I say, the water so much for tuning in. If anybody has any questions, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. You got any questions, you can always hit me on the email. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's important to help do that so we can continue to get this message out, continue to push it out to bring the brothers again. And also for the brother June that I got his thing up right here on the screen. That brother be doing a lot of work with the nation. And in brotherhood, I want to say that in the brotherhood, how you go around to all of the different congregations as showing that brotherhoodly love, if that's the right way to say it or the right word, but that brotherhood love, that's so important, man. You know, I just want to say all praises to the Most High for that brother doing that work, showing that brotherhood love, which is so important. You know, we need more of that within the community, within the nation, to show love to one another, no matter whether you feel that they're doctrine and this and that, you know, but we are all brothers. We are all one nation. And listen to this, when Hamashiach Yahawashi come back, he gonna set it all straight anyway, whether you think you right or not, you know, or whether you think this other brother or this other camp is right or not. It really don't matter, because when Hamashiach Yahawashi come back, listen, he gonna set it right, and he is the judge. He is the king, and we give praises to his Father, which is our Father, called Hallel YAHAWAH Shema Mashiach Yahawashi. And like I say, Shalawam to all the brothers out there. Philip, the brother, joined in, and all the other brothers and sisters that may join in. And with that, I just say Kwam Yasharala and Shalawam.